What's going on, guys? It's Matt from the LA Sports Brotherhood, and today I'm going to be talking about why I think USC could be a potential dark horse to make the college football playoffs in 2024. Realistically, USC has to go 10-2 to guarantee a spot, but 9-3 will also give them a shot. With the roster they have, I think USC has the potential to have an elite offense with explosive playmakers and a much improved defense. Lincoln Riley has had an elite offense his entire career, and I don't think that will change, but we do lose the number one pick and Heisman winner Caleb Williams. Now, the drop-off from Caleb to Miller will be significant, but it doesn't mean that he can't get the job done. Lincoln has proven to be an offensive mastermind, and all Miller has to do is be an extension of him and make the right reads, be on time with his throws, and get the ball to as many playmakers, and he's shown he can do this in the Holiday Bowl. I think this offense will be a lot different without Caleb, and in some ways that's good. Now, Miller won't be able to make the plays that draw comparisons to Mahomes, but I do think that last year Lincoln tried to put the ball in Caleb's hands as much as he could, and now with Miller, we will run the ball more. Transfer Woody Marks has been a very productive back his whole career, and I look for him to have a big season as long as his O-line can be effective. Now, the O-line doesn't have any proven dudes besides Monheim, and if you asked me 2 months ago, I would have said it was a big weakness, but just based on the size and height, they are absolute monsters with a lot of potential, and if they can be well coached and gel together as a unit, I think we can have a good unit. But the unit that can turn this offense into a top 5 unit in the country is that receiving corps. That group of sophomore receivers has the ability to be one of the best units in Trojan history. If all 4 of them play to their potential, there is just no way to stop them. Zach Branch and Deuce both showed flashes of their potential last year, but now going into their sophomore seasons, they're expected to break out. If Branch has become a more polished route runner and Deuce has developed better hands, the league is definitely in trouble, because it's hard to contain Branch's speed and also Deuce's combination of size and speed. And it's especially hard when you have to deal with Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane, who will have a lot of one-on-one matchups because they're going to have to worry about Branch and Deuce. You are not going to stop Lane one-on-one, as he has one of the most ridiculous hands and body control I've ever seen, and Miller and Makai seem to have a special connection. There really is just no chance of stopping the 4 of them if they're on the field, and you can even make a case for each one of them to be the leading receiver this year. But anyways, I'm very high on the offense. I think you'd be crazy not to. But as Trojan fans, all we really want to know about is the defense. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This unit won't be elite this year, but we're coming off the absolute bottom of the country. We just need to improve from there, and I think we will. For starters, we have brought in an incredible defensive staff, and just by virtue of D'Anton's scheme and being coached by guys like Coach Henney and Matt Entz, who is a national champion, this team will be more gap sound, there won't be confusion, they will be more prepared, and there will be better personnel choices. That alone will go a long way, but another area there will be improved is that secondary. Not only do I think they can improve from last year, but I think they can just be genuinely good to great. Guys like Covington and Jalen Smith continue to get better last year and shine in the Holiday Bowl are coming back. And then we add Kamari Ramsey, who is an NFL guy, Akili Arnold, Nicholson, Humphrey. What these guys all have in common is they are all lengthy, physical cover guys. They did a great job transforming the secondary, and I think that they will be the strength of this defense. What Riley said has improved the most is tackling. And this is probably the most important thing because the past 2 years there were just so many missed tackles. If we can just tackle and limit the home run plays, that on its own can go a long way. But there definitely is a weakness to this defense, and it's the interior of the defensive line. Bear Alexander is an amazing player, and he will produce this year, but who is next to him is the question. Whether it's Kobe Pepe or whoever else, they're going to have to step up. Because last year there was a massive hole every single running play, and we would get absolutely gashed. Now going into the Big Ten, where all they do is run the ball, the interior D-line is going to have to improve, and I don't know if we have the personnel to do it. Now, what I think is the most important position on this team is the linebackers. That is because we have gotten bad linebacker play for so long now, and this is USC, where we have had so many linebacker legends come through this university, and this play is just unacceptable at this point. All of the pressure is on EMA and Mason Cobb. Last year, Cobb was not great. He showed some flashes. He had a good game against Colorado, but he was always late to fill gaps. He would miss tackles and just overall wasn't great. However, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because Grinch was his coach, but in order for this team to do what they want to do, he's going to have to step up big time. EMA and Cobb are going to have to fill the right gaps, They're going to have to fill them fast, and they're going to have to make tackles. If they don't, it will be a long season. Stopping the run is the number one priority in the Big Ten, and frankly, it's the weakness of the team right now. But these two linebackers, if they can play well, a bright spot of this defense, I think, is the edge room. There is so much potential with Braylon Shelby, Cameron Fountain, and Sam Green, and there's veterans like Jamil Muhammad and Nate Clifton. They can help improve this team. Shelby is going to have to live up to the potential and be a dude, and frankly, I believe he will do that. He's put on a lot of weight. He's incredibly athletic, quick, and with Coach Henny, with Coach Newell coaching him this entire offseason, I think he's going to be special. And if he does, I think we can put together a pretty good pass defense, which will be a part of our formula to win. I think our formula to win is what the 2022 team should have been. And if you gave that team this defense, I truly believe they would have made the playoffs. What I mean by that is an explosive offense that scores a lot of points, and we have already discussed how I think this offense will be elite. But if you can get ahead in the game early, that will take away the opponent's ability to run the ball for really, really long drives and just run it down a throat, which is our weakness. Instead, that'll force them to pass the ball because they'll have to play from behind, and that is going into the strength of our defense, which is our pass rush with Shelby, Muhammad, Fountain, and our strong secondary. In 2022, we would build leads and lose them. If you look at the Pac-12 championship game, we were up 17-3, but because of our horrid defense, they were able to get like 60-yard passing touchdowns in 30 seconds to just quickly get them back in the game. That won't happen anymore with this defense. We have to score early, build a lead, and play with the lead. That is going to be the key for this Trojan team, is to build the leads and play with the leads. Not fall behind, because teams like Michigan, Penn State, they will just run it down our throat and we won't have any option. So get ahead so that takes that option away. Now, of course, they can still run the ball, but they won't be able to run it and hold the ball for about 8 minutes and keep our offense, which is the strength, off the field. So score early and build a lead so that we can play with the lead. And if we do that, we'll be successful. But anyways, that is why I think USC can be a potential playoff team. I think we could shock the world. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and fight on.